Captain Jack here. Today we're looking at a few Halloween hacks. Oh, and here they are. Super Mario World Halloween Island is the quintessential Super Mario World Halloween hack with a spooky themed world with custom music, new mechanics, and modified themes. The story here is an evil masked Koopa has turned all the Koopalings into zombies, and you'll have to travel through many different environments to get to the castle in order to defeat him. Although there's only 9 levels, they manage to be pretty varied while avoiding being extremely difficult, which is often a problem for these type of hacks. Everything here screams quality, from the jaunty minor keyed music to the fun graphical additions. If you don't like the copious amounts of blood, there's even a bloodless version included in the download file. I thought I'd give a quick shout out to another horror themed Super Mario World hack. This hack is just called and that's the least confusing thing about it. Less of a game and more of an interactive story, it follows Mario and Peach as they explore a haunted forest, with plenty of bizarre twists along the way. It's kind of like the Mario version of the Sonic EXE hacks, which were also less of a game and more of an experience. It's got multiple endings and tons of secrets, but I'm not going to spoil the rest here, you'll have to see it for yourself. Super Metroid Hollow Eve is a beautifully detailed obstacle course with modified mechanics. And yeah, I said obstacle course, as instead of a new Super Metroid world to explore, it's one giant room, with increasingly harder and harder puzzles to overcome. Half the fun is just figuring out how to get past some of these areas. The bomb jump has been modified to make it much easier to chain jumps together, which you'll need here. And the space jump now freezes your vertical momentum, opening up for all kinds of wacky tests to pass. It's a nice change of pace from the average Super Metroid hack, but make sure you use save states, as near the end it gets almost impossible. Super Metroid Hollow Eve is extremely tight and is definitely quality over quantity. If you're looking for something a little bit cuter and more straightforward, the Super Mario Bros. Halloween Edition has you covered. For the most part, it's a graphical pack of Super Mario Bros. That changes the tile sets and replaces the enemies. Dry Bones now take the place of the Koopas, and the Cheep Cheeps are replaced by Boos, which works a lot better than you'd think. I was surprised to find out there were some mechanical changes as well. Getting hit as Fire Mario only brings you back to Super Mario now, and there are lots of tiles that now have animations, which looks cool for the question blocks, but can be distracting when all the gravel is shifting around you. The levels all stay the same, but those graphical changes are pretty extensive. The Toads even have little pumpkin hats now. The Earthbound Halloween hack has you solving the mystery of a murder in the quiet town of Tucson. At first, the game feels like a fairly sunny, autumn-flavored Earthbound hack, but things quickly get out of hand. Made by the same developer who later went on to make Undertale, this is by far the goriest hack on the list, and it's not for the faint of heart. The difficulty is also pretty high, but what makes this hack unique is just how experimental it is. It perfectly matches the offbeat tone and humor of the original Earthbound while adding a special dose of psychological horror to it. It's also an extremely extensive hack, with almost everything modified in some way, from all the enemies to even the music. The hack is around 3 to 4 hours long if you know what you're doing, and it's a crazy ride all the way through. You would be hard-pressed to find a Halloween hack more fun to play than Kirby's Halloween Adventure. This isn't just Kirby's Adventure with Halloween-themed window dressing, there's completely new levels, themes, modified bosses, and enemies. And it just so happens to be Halloween-themed. It's also, as far as I know, the only Kirby hack to feature new content, which makes it even more impressive. This hack is just brimming with detail, from the lush new tile sets, opening animations, redrawn minigames, even new copy icons that reference the season. Because all the enemies have new sprites, with some of the enemies being completely new, it's often a grab bag figuring out which enemies give which power. It's fun finding out. The levels almost always transition into each other now, so if one level has you jumping from train car to train car, the next level will have you start at the front of that train. The amount of time and effort that must have been put into this hack is staggering, and it perfectly nails the Halloween theme without straying outside of Kirby's E for everyone rating, making this my most recommended Halloween hack.